guys, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be doing my bullet journal setup for the month of July. It's a super fun theme, it's really simple to do, and it was really fun to make. So I hope that you enjoy it. Okay, so I'm starting out with my cover page and calendar. This is how I start out all of my months. I'm using a B5 size notebook from Archer and Olive, so that's why I have a little more space to make these like doodles and stuff. I like the B5 size, and I think that I will use that moving forward, just because it gives you a lot more paper to work with. But yeah, so I'm starting out by just making these two basic rectangles. I'm using the Sakura Micron 05 size to do this, just because it's a little thicker, so I like the thick lines for an outline like this. And then the theme I'm doing this month is smiley faces, so I'm drawing out the little smiles and eyes and stuff in that Sakura Micron. Again, 05 size is a little thicker, and then I'll go in with the color, but I wanted to go in with the ink first, just so that it looks nice, I guess. And then for the calendar, I decided to use the 01 size of the Sakura Micron. So basically the thickest and the thinnest of the ones that I have to make the calendar. This is a super simple calendar. I really don't reference my monthly calendars that much, but I like to have it there just to kind of see what a month is looking like. So, after I went in and filmed all of this, I went in there and I filled out a few of the different events that I have going on. Being pregnant, it's like I have OB appointments every single month, and so it's good to have that written down so I know when they are. So that's what I like to do for my calendar. And then I'm just using a partially used washi tape for the size that I wanted to outline the circles. So, and then I'm doing this with the Zebra Mildliner brush pens. I just kind of have a basic pastel pack. I know that they come in a lot of different colors, but yeah, I just wanted to use those. I really like these brush pens. They have a much stiffer brush tip than some of my other brush pens, and I really like that because it makes it a little easier to control where the marker is going. I chose to do some kind of fun, brighter colors for this, but I think that honestly any color scheme would look really fun with this theme. I was thinking about it because I'm a neutrals gal. You guys know this. I love my neutrals. And I think that shades of tan would also look great with this. I think that would be so fun. So, if you don't want to do bright, fun colors, or maybe if you wanted to do a monochrome type of deal where you did all shades of green or something, I think that would be super fun with this theme. I saw an inspiration pic for this on Pinterest, and I was like, that is just so much fun. I really like that smiley faces are coming back, I guess, in popularity. I don't know if they left popularity, but you know what I mean. They're popular right now, and I think it's just a fun thing. And then the other thing that I'm using for the smaller circles to make those outlines is a hand sanitizer bottle, and I just was using the top of the lid to do it. So you can just use whatever circular thing you find in your house. I think if you had an A5 size journal, you could probably use some coins, like quarters or whatever, to do it, and that would be really cute. But yeah, I just kind of experimented with a few different circular objects until I found a size that I liked. So that's what I'm doing, is just going around doing all of the outlines of the smiley faces. It was a little bit tedious to trace all of them, and definitely later in the setup I was like, okay, why did I do so many smiley faces? And so I regretted that a little bit, but just know that it might take you some time to fill out all of these. If you want them to be in perfect circles, if you don't care about it being in perfect circles, then it would probably go much, much faster. So yeah, so then I'm just filling it in, each color in with the brush pen. Yeah, that's basically all I'm doing here. I just tried to kind of alternate when I used the colors, and yeah, again, you could use any color for this. You could do, like, each page could be one color. I don't know, really whatever you want. This theme is pretty versatile, which is something I like. And I also like how minimal it is, because it was a quicker setup. I mean, having to do the perfect circles did make it take longer, but it's something simple, you know? And so it wasn't like a super intricate design that I had to repeat a bunch of times or something like that, which I like doing those sometimes, but then sometimes it's like, okay, this is too much and I need my bullet journal to be something that is a tool to help me. And sometimes it becomes a little more of a hindrance than a help when we get a little too complicated with themes. If you have the time to do those themes, then it's so fun. But I don't know, if you're busy, which I think most people are, then kind of a more minimal theme like this, I think, is a really fun one to do. So yeah. Okay, so moving on to the next two spreads. These are my content planning spreads. I like to have content planning spreads because otherwise I have no idea what I'm doing. You could modify this to whatever job you have, or if you're in school, you could use it to write down like upcoming assignments or whatever. But yeah, so on the left-hand side is for YouTube, the right-hand side is for Instagram, and then I just write out like the weeks, and it's just like Monday through Friday of those weeks. And then I just write down my ideas of what I'm going to post that week. That way I just have an idea of what I want to do, and then I can prepare any supplies that I might need for that, like if I'm filming a video and I need supplies. And then something that I forgot to mention with the last page is that I just went in and very lightly erased the circle outlines so that I could still see where the circle was, but that way I didn't, I don't know, since they're such light colored brushes, you would be able to see the pencil lines very clearly, and it would be hard to erase after putting the marker down. So that's why I did that, so that I could still see where I wanted to put things, but then it wasn't like you could see the pencil still. So I just used one of my plastic kitchen cups to do the larger circles, which it is covered in marker in the bottom now, so that's fine. I'm sure it will come off in the dishwasher. If it doesn't, I'm really not that concerned about it because these cups were 50 cents from Walmart, which is a great deal for some cups. I got them at the beginning of college, and so I don't really care if they get marker on them. And you can kind of see that was me rubbing the bottom of the marker or the bottom of the cup onto my hand so that the marker would come off onto my hand at least, because I didn't want to like put it down and then have a ring of the other color there. So yeah, that's what I did there. Again, you can just use whatever circular object you happen to have handy in your home. For me, it was some cups. I know some people have like circle templates, or what's that thing called? I can't remember what they're called, but it's like plastic, like a ruler, and stencil. It's called a stencil. Some people have stencils and that's what they use. And maybe someday I'll be more of a professional and I'll get some circle stencils. But for now, we're using 50-cent cups and hand sanitizer, am I right? So I'm just filling in these colors. I write all my stuff down in black, and these colors are light enough that you can see the black on them perfectly fine. So that's why I filled in the inside of the circles. But you could also leave them just the outlines, and that would also look cute, I think. But I just wanted to give the page a little more color without having to add any extra doodles, because again, I wanted to keep it kind of this like minimalist theme, so I didn't want to add a bunch of extra stuff, especially where I hadn't added extra stuff the page before, just that way to keep it like consistent throughout each page, but also just to make it easy. I'm all about the ease with stuff like this. Let me know what videos you guys would like to see from me in July. I have some fun ideas, but I am always down to hear new ideas, and I would love to know like what type of videos you enjoy watching the most, because I know what kind of videos I like watching, and so that usually is what inspires me to create my own. But yeah, let me know what kind of videos that you guys want to see from me. If there's anything in particular that you want to know my thoughts on, whatever my 2 cents is worth. If you want to know about it, then yeah, just let me know, and I would love to create whatever you guys want to see. Okay, so moving on to the next two spreads. These are my reading themed spreads. Again, I'm using that 0.5 size micron to create some thick rectangles. On the left hand side, that will be where I will put my to be read list, TBR. And then on the right hand side is where I will write my little blurbs about the best book and the worst book in July. You guys, June was a really crappy reading month for me. I don't know what happened. I read 7 books in May. Like 3 of those were like 700 pages long, and I finished them in a week. And then in June, I just did not pick up a single book. I don't know what happened. I think I might have gone a little too crazy in May with reading, and then I think I just felt a little burnt out. the week that I finished those 3 books that were all really long, I also got like 3 different migraines, probably because I read them all on my phone and they were really long books. And so I was just looking at my phone screen for a long time. So yeah, June was a really rough reading month for me, but I love reading and I really want to read more in July. So I'm hoping that by coming up with a list of things that I want to read and being a little more involved with it, that I'll be able to read some more books. And I am starting to feel motivated to read again. So hopefully I get some good books in this month, because yeah, last month was just a rough reading month for me. I don't know. How was your guys' reading month? You should let me know. But also that just kind of happens. Like, I know on YouTube a lot, you hear about people who read like 30 books in 1 month. And it's like, holy crap, how do you read that much? And a lot of them listen to audiobooks and stuff, and that's how they're able to read more. And they have time and they make it a priority and they love reading and stuff like that. And I love reading and I love making it a priority. But sometimes that's just not realistic. Like, sometimes you go a month where you read 7 books and then you go a month when you read none. So I just want to keep it real with you guys that, I don't know, sometimes that's just like not how life works and you get busy. I mentioned this in my vlog, but I started to get a lot more tired. My body's starting to slow down a lot more as I'm heading into the 3rd trimester pretty soon here. I have like about 2 weeks left of the 2nd trimester, but I'm a really small person, so my body is feeling it with pregnancy for sure. And so I think that made a big difference in what I wanted to do, because it was like I didn't want to put any energy into reading. I just wanted to sleep or lay down or take a bath or something, because I was just like so tired. But yeah, again, I'm hoping to make it become more of a habit again this month and get some good books in. I am going on a trip this weekend, so I can read on the plane, and that will be lots of fun. But yeah, it was a rough time. So, but I like making these spreads though. I kind of struggle with TBR lists. We'll see how much I write down in that box. And for me, it might just be that I write down books I want to read in general and not necessarily what I want to read in the month of July. I'm sure I'll read some of them, but you know what I mean? Like, I might just write down some ideas of what I want to read, because I'm a lot more of a mood reader, and so TBR lists are kind of hard for me sometimes. But I really like having the best book and the worst book boxes, because it makes me think really hard about what I liked about a book and what I didn't like. Like, if I didn't like a book, I want to think critically about why I didn't like it, because there's got to be a reason. And so I think it kind of helps me stay in the practice of thinking critically and writing down my thoughts like that, because I'm not in school anymore, and I'm hoping to go back and get a bachelor's degree online after my baby is born, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I might not right away, or it might take a while or whatever, but I really love school, and I've been kind of missing that practice of reading things and then writing critically about them, which sounds kind of silly, I think, to a lot of people, like, you miss being in school, but I really do, because I've always been someone that's really loved school, and so I think this is kind of a good way for me to keep practicing those skills outside of a school setting. And I can help my husband with his homework. Like, I've helped him a few times. Sometimes when he is starting to fade and get tired from doing homework, I'll type for him while he writes, or while he like tells me what to write, I mean. And that's pretty fun too. But this is kind of more of a fun way to practice those skills. So the final spread that I'm setting up is going to be my first day that I use in July. If you remember last month, I made tabs. If you missed that video, I'll link it for you so that you can watch it. I made tabs and I wrote out all of my weeks ahead of time. And I did not use a lot of those spreads. They are still blank in my notebook. And I loved the way the tabs looked, and they were really fun to make, but I felt like it was kind of just a waste of paper, and I didn't want there to be just a bunch of blank pages because some days I don't use my journal that much. Especially like sick days, if I have a migraine, then I'm like not going to be writing anything in my bullet journal. I'm going to be in bed all day long. So yeah, I decided to just start with one day in here because I didn't want to make a bunch ahead of time and then like regret it and have all these blank pages. So, but I've been using daily spreads. And I really like this setup where I put my time schedule of what I want to do that day at what time on the left-hand side, and then what my to-do list for the day is on the right-hand side. And I really like that setup. It makes it really easy for me to know what I need to get done that day, and also like when I want to do it. One thing that I will say is that I liked, with the tabs, I cut out a little bottom section so that I could write down all the events from the week, and then I could see the weekly events no matter which day I was on, and I really did love that. But then I didn't use all the days, so I need to kind of find a balance between the two of those things and figure out if there's a way that I can kind of incorporate that without wasting any paper, because I really enjoyed being able to see what's going on my week. So I don't know. I'll have to experiment a little bit and see what works best for me. But that's kind of the fun thing about bullet journaling, is that you can change what you do each month and, figure out which system works best for you and switch it up when it doesn't work. So yeah. I really loved those tabs. They were so fun. And a theme like this would be way fun to make tabs with, because you could make them all the fun colors. But And I think it's fun to cut things out in my bullet journal. I used to be so scared to do that, but then once I started it, I can't stop. It's just so fun. But yeah, so I'll have to experiment a little bit, and I'll let you guys know kind of what ends up working for me with that, because I would like to have kind of a mix of the two. If you have any ideas, let me know, because maybe you guys can think of a good way to do it that I haven't heard of or something. But yeah, that is the last spread that I'm creating for this month. I really like how this month turned out, you guys. I think it's so much fun. So yeah, here's a final flip through of each spread. I just think this is such a fun spread. It's so happy. Summertime is about happiness. Well, every season should be about happiness, but summertime especially. So that is all of the spreads. Okay, that was it. I hope that you liked this setup. I think it was super fun. I think you could recreate it with a lot of different colors, basically whatever color scheme you want. And yeah, I really liked making it, and it was such a fun month, and hopefully I get good use out of it. So let me know what your theme is for July in the comments down below. Please like this video if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. Bye!